Big dual victory here as we get started at 125. Caleb Weiand going for Michigan State. Caleb Smith going for Nebraska. And Smith, an All-American last season, had a pin on Friday against Wilfred Tanifu in the second period. And this whole Nebraska lineup is just filled with a ton of guys with tons of firepower. We talk about the experience, Eric, on this Nebraska team. Smith, a graduate. He's been at this for a long time. He's a veteran, especially in this weight class. Looking right now for control on Weiand. Michigan State, one of the younger teams in the Big Ten. Weiand, no different to that scenario. A redshirt freshman for the Spartans as Smith trying to be aggressive. Great defense by Weiand to fight it off.
Yeah, beautiful mixer, which goes front headlock, roll through, gator roll. And Caleb Smith did not have the wrist underneath. Usually you go to the chin, and then once the defending wrestler starts to go 2-on-1 to the chin, grab the wrist, roll through. But luckily, Caleb Smith did not have that wrist as Weiand able to sneak out. Now Smith working on that swing single, does have it shelved to his left hip, which is technically the right thing to be doing, and he's working his way back to the center.
And the Michigan State bench is just yelling to keep the pressure up as they will go out. 1:19 to go in the first.
Weiand really shaking out that right knee, and I can already tell you there's a significant difference in the color of Caleb Weiand. When he came out here on Friday night, keep in mind that he did have to cut weight Saturday to make weight for this Sunday match. So the color of his skin, and in particular in his face, is significantly different. You can actually see very pale on Friday night. So he's back to, I'm guessing he's probably gonna weigh somewhere around 32, 33 right now as he takes an open shot from space. Smith again working on this underhook on that right side, and look at that left wrist is continuing to stay down on the mat, and he's keeping Weiand's head right in between the center of his chest. Stalemate called there.
They'll meet back in the middle. Under a minute to go here in the first. Weiand lost a tough one on Friday, 11-10. Lost that decision. That was just right at the buzzer. Some action here. Weiand trying to get it down. Smith doing a nice job getting it back up.
Beautiful wrestling from both of these guys. That's chain wrestling from an offensive and defensive standpoint. Weiand putting multiple moves together, but Caleb Smith also doing that, and now a swing dump attempt. Starting with that right elbow pinch from Caleb Weiand, and now once again he's back underneath, carrying all the weight of Caleb Smith.
And Smith trying to rotate around for the takedown. Weiand doing a nice job keeping the hips up. Under 5 seconds to go. And Smith trying to get the blades, no.
Solid period for both guys. Really impressive. And you see this, there goes a swing dump attempt. He had that underhook on that right side, just did not get to the corner enough. And Caleb Smith able to get his feet back, square his hips up, keep everything clear from giving up that three.
Smith will start on the bottom, Weiand on top. Here we go to start the second.
Now Smith gets pulled right on top of Weiand. Weiand is still in the top position here. So riding time is continuing to climb.
Quick reversal there.
Oh, and Weiand just relaxed there.
Smith getting two there, now in control.
Now what Smith has to do is work his legs back, and Weiand fighting it off. Smith has to work his head. You see how his head is right now near the spine. He has to work to that left hip. He wants to get a head on the left hip of Caleb Weiand, and you're starting to see him work his head there, and he's gonna step through that left leg over with both, and he's gonna post that heel on his left hip. That's when it's gonna get really tight.
Weiand already in an awkward spot for the Spartans. Smith just continuing that pressure. We'll see whether he'll make that move or not. Under a minute to go here in the second.
And this is extremely taxing on the forearms of Smith. He's squeezing as tight as he can.
Stalemate called. Both will meet back in the middle.
That's a victory right there for Caleb Weiand to give up a cradle. And look at this. Did not get out, but he keeps his head right next to the left knee. Just relaxed a little bit too much. Luckily, did not give up any near fall there.
You saw a look there on the reversal. Only 2 scored here in the second. Both are back at neutral. Weiand with the escape point.
Yeah, and you're starting to see Weiand chase with that right hand. Needs to keep that right hand down. Caleb Smith is getting him to chase with that left hand, and now he goes duck on the opposite side. Attack the left side, came duck right side.
And a great takedown there by Smith. His second of the match. So we near the end of the second. And quite the entertaining 125 bout it's been so far. We still got 2 more minutes. And if you're Weiand, Eric, how do you come back in this one? Obviously, you're going to want that escape point early. Then it's just going to be all aggressiveness from there. Smith, one of the best on top. See how long he'll let Weiand on bottom.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to ride him for too much longer. I think he's going to let him go.
Already has over a minute in riding time. Not yet secured, but if it stays this way, he'll get another point to end this one.
Yeah, and you asked, what does he have to do? He has to establish himself in the tie first. You're seeing Smith get to his tie. And now Weiand doing a good job of working that underhook on the left side. But Smith continuing to push the pace forward. Weiand now has double overhooks.
And Smith looking for those bonus points. Still in decision territory right now. It's both just headlocked in the middle.
And Weiand with the duck attempt. So we're seeing both guys going duck unders on both sides. And that'll be 3.
Look at Caleb Weiand getting the takedown. We got a brand new match.
Yeah, he needs to ride him for an additional 6 seconds, and then he needs to let him go. Once this riding time is cut, takedown will put this. He got to let him go. They should be telling him let him go. This is going to... And he cuts him, but he doesn't let him go.
And now there's the 2 for the reversal. If we hadn't let him go, it would have been under a minute of riding time, so then an additional takedown would have tied it up without the riding time point, giving it to Smith. And now Smith in control. He will have that riding time now eclipse a minute. And with under 20 seconds to go, Eric, that just seems like a mistake.
Yeah. At there, you have to cut him with intention. The intention is to cut a wrestler, so you have to come up to your feet, push him away, but at the same time, you have to maintain defense because you know at that point, being down by 3, Caleb Smith is looking for offense. So Weiand gets this beautiful slide by.
Weiand trying to escape, does not have enough time. Caleb Smith, number 7 in the country, will take the decision over Caleb Weiand, wins the Battle of the Calebs, and first bout here against Michigan State and Nebraska.